Alright, so we're live, and a lot of cancellations this quarantine season. We had Doja Cat, we had Kanye, we had Katarina, we had Noel, a bunch of people getting canceled being over party, but this time Demi Lovato was up for the chopping block. For those unfamiliar or out of the loop, allegedly, this is her Finista, this is her real page, and on there's a bunch of shade towards Selena. Again, I don't have confirmation this is a real page because it's kind of hard to confirm a Finista, but what the fans are saying is that this is her actual page, and people are pointing out that, hey, her mom and her boyfriend are following this account. Why aren't they following any other Finista accounts? I'm pretty sure this is Demi's, and that would make sense. Again, there's no confirmation, but I believe this is her real page, and on there's a bunch of shade. We're going to go through the pictures one by one. So in this first post, I feel like it's the less shady out of all of them. It's a picture of her, Selena, and Nicki, and she's like, haha, this would never happen. That's not as like shady to me. She could just be laughing at the fact that those two never sit that close together. That's not a lot of shade to me. The next two posts are her when she was really young, I believe this is a really, if this is real, this is a really old picture. If it's not photoshopped, it's her holding a magazine of Selena and Demi, and Selena's face is scribbled. Now this is hella petty. Even if you don't like someone or you don't respect someone, I feel like going to this point and just having this up, knowing that you're a celebrity and knowing people could just blow this out of proportion, like myself, why keep these up? Moving on to the next three posts, I'm going to talk about the first two on the left, and then I'm going to talk about the last one because the last one was a little bit more recent. So, Demi went number one, and on there, this fan commented, you didn't even have to go to Walmart and buy your own copies. That's what I'm talking about. So, what they're referring to is, remember, I mean, obviously you probably remember, but Roddy Ricch had the box out, and he had his album, and the box was number one for a bunch of weeks. And Selena was trying to get the number one spot from Roddy Ricch. Justin Bieber also tried by having people like stream his album on like 5-6 different devices and getting their friends to stream it and buying the album multiple times. But Selena had a video where she went to Walmart and she was buying copies because she was so upset that she wasn't gonna get the number one spot, or she didn't want to lose to Roddy Ricch. So that's what's that referring to her. Again, that was a pretty like, I watched that video of Selena going to Walmart, and I was like, this is pretty sad because you're a celebrity with a bunch of fans, definitely a bigger fan base than Roddy Ricch, and you're going through all this length to go number one. So this post, it is shady, but it's not like, I mean, I personally agree with Demi. Like, going to Walmart to buy your own copies, like, it's one thing if you want to see like the physical copy, but it's another thing if you're trying to beat out a relatively new artist in the mainstream for the number one spot when you've been in the game for so long. That's hella dirty. The last post I want to talk about is here. This is an expert from her interview where essentially she was referencing Selena's Instagram post about her Grammy performance, and how Selena was basically praising her, saying, hey, your performance was beautiful. I'm glad you're fighting your addiction. It was an amazing performance. I love you for anything. And in here, she's basically saying Selena's not really my friend, even after she wrote that like long Instagram post praising her performance. Now here's the thing, someone can praise you and you can not be their friend, but going to this length to post like a screenshot of it and being like, oops, I really did try to keep my mouth shut, like, okay, you're throwing so much shade. Like, why don't you and Selena just go in a room and talk? I don't understand why we have to have a Finista like you're like 12 years old and blast Selena on there. That's my opinion on the topic. Let me know your opinions in the comments below, and peace out. Like, comment, subscribe.